My name is Tom Soboleski. I'm with the Barbour Company, and we're here at the 2015 SHOT Show. I really appreciate it, Paul, having the opportunity again to chat. A little bit about Barbour. Barbour is a fifth-generation family-owned company. We celebrated our 120-year anniversary last year. We do business in 40 countries across the world, and we have a reputation for service in all of those countries. As a matter of fact, one of the interesting things I'd like to mention is that we take in over 45,000 coats a year to be reproofed and refurbished, and I think it gives us it's a unique company in that we provide that service for our customers and have been doing it since 1894. So that being said, arguably we are probably, you can certainly make an argument that we have used waxed cotton and probably are best known for our waxed cotton, oiled cotton clothing. And we've actually done that since 1894, helping out the mariners and the farmers and the hunters and the fishermen right from the very, very beginning. But interestingly, Barbour is no longer just about waxed cotton clothing. Because we had our reputation there, certainly that's what people think, but the development in the last number of years has been really to develop us into a country clothing company that does an awful lot more than just outerwear. We have developed, we're well known in the motorcycle industry for waxed cotton. We've developed a completely separate brand for motorcycle clothing, and it's just kind of an interesting, complex company that is really, really rooted in customer service. One of the things I'd like to talk about today, Paul asked me to do some, talk about a little bit about product development. And because of what I just said, some of the recent development that we've done, I'll give you a little background first. One of our most popular products over the last 10 years has been a product called a storm sweater. Now people say, okay, well, a sweater is a sweater is a sweater. But the unique part about the storm sweater was that it had a lining on the inside that made it windproof and waterproof. So it was a bulky sweater, a heavy sweater, and I can't tell you how many times people came in here and talked about riding a motorcycle with that as an undergarment, or duck hunters, as a matter of fact, using it not only as a lining piece, but actually as an outerwear piece. As the day warmed up, they would just use the sweater, and that's it. Well, over the years, we've had so many people ask us to do something different. And one of the most exciting things that happened this year is a sweater that we developed called the Carlton. Now, the Carlton is a very, very fine wax. It's just a very, very lightweight sweater. But inside the sweater is a stretchable, waterproof, breathable membrane that makes it although being lightweight, it makes it weatherproof. So that not only someone in the sporting world, shooting, fishing, hunting, it makes a great golf sweater. It just goes across the board. One of the things that we like to do is make sure that the products that we do can go across the board to, everything is based in being usable and having a purpose. So this happens to be a V-neck sweater. It works in very well with some of the folks going over for driven bird shooting in the continent. And again, super, super lightweight, V-neck, which is the norm for someone shooting driven birds in Europe. So you certainly would be very well dressed using this. But interestingly, and I think we've all been, I'm a serious diehard bird hunter, we've all been caught in areas and at times when we didn't have the proper clothing. It makes a great lining piece for underneath your brush jacket or whatever if you get caught in a really bad situation. It makes a great lining piece also. So that's a sweater called the Carlton. Now, the Storm sweater was a half zip, the most popular one that we did. So we didn't want to forget that customer. Now, this is also available in green. But again, we have a nice heavy sweater, a lamb's wool sweater, done with a waterproof, breathable, and not only waterproof, breathable, but stretchable lining, so that it doesn't inhibit anything that you do. You can shoot in it, you can do whatever, and it gives you the freedom of movement that you really need. And of course, it's trimmed in Alcantara, and again, a heavy-duty sweater that if you want something just got some elbow patches, if you want something just a little bit heavier, you can do that. And last but not least, the Danby. Now, for years and years, people have asked us, let me say that some folks that are getting a little up in age have asked us for a sweater that they didn't have to pull over the top of their head. Shooters have asked us about a sweater that we can zip up rather than put over the top of your head. So again, we have the heavy lamb's wool, we have a waterproof, breathable lining, and we have something that can, this one has the Alcantara shooting patches, Alcantara elbow patches, and it's certainly something that someone can use not only at the sporting clays range. I mean, freedom of movement in this is terrific, so that they can use it on the sporting clays range, and then quite honestly, put a tie under it and go out to dinner that night and not feel underdressed. So that's about it for that. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do it. And again, Barbour is no longer just a wax cotton company. We have some many other things that we have, from shirts to gloves to scarves to everything else, to keep everybody warm and happy and make them look good along the way. Thanks very much.